on to more interrogation. Sadly, this one is not voice, so you'll have to bear with Shidori's voice, okay? I don't know if I can do a Onesan voice like Moore's, but just bear with it. Wait, let me drink some water. Prepare thy throat, Chidori. Let's go. Let's buy this first. Visitor registration information for Sinner Moore. Registration information? Ah, she's visiting MBCC. Well, yeah, because she's a Nirvana employee, right? Since early NF114, the turmoil in West District has subsided and the dark web became the primary threat to this city. It wasn't until the MBCC and the Nirvana Cybersecurity Center intervened that the attacks from the dark web began to subside. However, even though the dark web has been quiet in the past 2 months, you still have a strong sense of foreboding and request a comprehensive investigation. In recognition of your consistent contributions, the higher ups approved the operation and dispatch a senior cybersecurity expert to assist you. When did this happen? Right in the middle? Is this right in the middle of the event? What was that? The zero event. Ooh, we'll see, I guess. 9 months have passed since the end of the series of conflicts in the West District. Ah, directly after the event, last rewind, so more doesn't know, Chief. Her interrogation takes after the event, last rewind, so more doesn't know, Chief. Okay, okay. So it's like really the first time we saw her. Okay, okay, got it. During this 9 months, Syndicate, a place once filled with chaos and violence, has gotten back on the right track. Eastside's attitude towards this close neighbor is gradually shifting too. Understanding and cooperation are seemingly becoming the new trend. Of course, this city hasn't been peaceful during this period either. The emergence of the dark web has wreaked havoc, becoming a new predicament for the city. Oh boy. Oh boy. Remember this. April, the Grey Mirror vote incident. Over 2,000 people were infected with mania. Among them, about 150 suffered severe mental trauma, which remains incurable to this day. June, the Elysialand incident. More than 10 people went missing, and nearly 300 were affected, resulting in severe detriment to society. My God, my sinners have wreaked havoc in Eastside. The anonymous nature of the dark web made a series of events in the first half of the year the talk of the town in this city. Fortunately, the MBCC led the Nirvana Cybersecurity Center to defend against dark web attacks. The dark web hasn't made any major moves since June. Peace and stability have consistently been the main theme of this city over these 9 months. These minor incidents did not pose a substantial threat. They are nothing more than discordant interludes interrupting the long lost tranquility. At least, that's what the vast majority of this city's residents believe. But you are not one of them. Ooh, 22:41. That's already late. The peaceful July is already over. Toward the end of the short break at the end of the month, you say goodbye to Hecate, EMP, and Labyrinth and return to the office to your usual work. Hecate, EMP, and Labyrinth. It's like the beginning of the zero event. A new email notification. You glimpse the sender, Nirvana Cybersecurity Center. You immediately open it. 2 minutes later, you let out a long sigh of relief. You seem to be in a good mood, Chief. Nightingale walks into the office and puts the coffee cup on your desk. I like this music a lot. You came back from shopping since technically nothing happened during it. Ah, okay. Because I remember at the beginning of Zero's event, we were with Hecate Labyrinth and EMP. But they didn't notice anything was strange, if I remember correctly. Damn, what is this smexy music, smexy relaxing music with Nightingale in the background? Calm down, cheatery. Nightingale walks into the office and puts the coffee cup on your desk. An update on the dark web investigations? Yes, got the answer from Cybersec. They're sending someone over, the technician who helped during the Elysia Land incident. Apparently, she's a dark web expert. Sinner Moore. I remember her. She's been very active in the recent dark web related incidents. Indeed, she's the best choice when it comes to external help. Nodding. What's wrong with my voice? Nodding. You take a sip of coffee. This new unknown blend of coffee beans is unusually aromatic. You feel invigorated. Damn, I want some coffee too. The email says she's arriving early tomorrow. I'll reserve the conference room. Thank you. Nightingale glances at your nearly empty coffee cup and smiles. Another cup? Yes, honey, another cup. Okay. You hand over the cup habitually and see Nightingale off. Let's hope the coffee can keep you going until tomorrow morning. The Chief? Tomorrow morning? Chief didn't sleep? What the fuck? No wonder a lot of sinners are afraid for the Chief's health. A25 MBCC Conference Room 4. As soon as you enter the conference room, you meet an unexpected guest. Ugh. Someone from the ninth agency. They smell trouble. The familiar gray coat and wide brimmed hat. No doubt, this person is from the ninth agency. The man flashes a characteristic smile and tips his hat to you. You know the ninth agency well enough, so the communication is done almost only through your exchanged glances. When you finally speak, you skip all unnecessary pleasantries and get straight to the simple question. Is there a problem with that person? Just a suspicion. As you know, it's our job. Of course, you need not lose any sleep over it. Just do what you're supposed to do. You nod, concluding this brief conversation. This is all becoming very intriguing. You've developed a slight interest in the sinner you haven't even met. People worthy of the ninth agency's suspicion are never simple. Now, you wait for her arrival. Oh boy. 10:35 MBCC Conference Room 4. The clock keeps ticking. Silence lingers in the conference room. You even see staff beginning to yawn in the corner. 2 hours have passed since the agreed time. Sorry, the cybersecurity center just sent a message. Moore is still on her way and it'll take a while. Okay. Or is that okay? To not waste time, he asked Nightingales for a cup of coffee and started working in the conference room. Chief is such a workaholic, man. 12:01. What in actual it's already 12 p.m. Moore hasn't arrived yet? MVCC conference room 4. Starju Honkai event is back. What is that? Starju event? Is that the one where you need to farm and mine? Hmm. You've long finished your coffee and all the work you can complete here in the conference room. Refill? No, I'm good. It's good coffee, but 4 cups in a row are still a little too much. What the fuck? That is not professional. It's already 1 p.m. and more haven't arrived yet? Ah, that one, yeah. I started that event already. It takes so long. Yeah, it's time. Everything is time gated, so you should start early. Yeah, I started that event. It's actually quite fun. MBCC conference room 4, and it's already 1:01 p.m. Holy fuck. 4.5 hours have passed since the scheduled meeting time. You can no longer sit still and think. You should perhaps go grab lunch or do something else. Holy fuck, you haven't eaten lunch yet, Chief? Oh my good lord. Eat lunch. Ask Nightingale for a lunch. Just then, the conference room's door is pushed open. Faye pokes her head in. It's my I think it's my first time seeing Faye outside of the shop. You guys are still here? Is the meeting over? Not yet. We're still waiting for someone. I have a meeting with the boss of the logistics department here in the afternoon, though. I'll call Cybersec. You stand up slowly, rubbing your back that's unusually sore from prolonged sitting. Maybe something happened on the way. If that's the case, let's postpone today's... Eh? 3 weeks left. There's still time, and it's probably designed to finish maybe when there's 1 week left. So it's good. You're still good. She's here to scam new people. Who more? Faye, I mean, yeah. Faye is like a scammer with her shades on. She always scammed me with skins, sinner skins, but it's such a good product. I couldn't help myself but be scammed. Chief, a cab just stopped outside downstairs. It's the... I'm... I'm terribly sorry. Oh, she's hot. This is more... I'm really sorry, Chief. I'm late. The woman carrying a huge laptop case has a delicate... Oh, God. Very noisy motorcycle. The woman carrying a huge laptop case has a delicate figure. She's already out of breath after the mere 30-meter walk from downstairs to the conference room on the second floor. It's because she probably sits down all day in front of a computer. That's why she's out of shape. Understandable. She's hot though. Scammer tantrum child. Oh, no. I'm talking about the NPC in the shop here in Path to Nowhere. She's scamming me with skins. I was supposed to take the company shuttle here this morning, but I worked till too late last night. When I got home in the morning, I thought I'd take a short nap, but I ended up sleeping like a log. She looks adorable, but we know she hides something beneath that fucking mask of hers. The interrogation story has that weird vibe since we have players already know about Moore's real affiliation. Exactly. That's why I'm like, I cannot trust that face anymore. It's like we know what you are. Moore says as she drags her case over to you. As she catches her breath, her complexion looks slightly better. Um, shall we begin the meeting now? You turn to the door, Faye, and a few bewildered logistic officials are gawking at you. Chief, the conference rooms are fully booked for the afternoon. Maybe we should just take her to our room instead. Perhaps in an attempt to make amends, Moore holds her case outside the conference room and looks around. Is that a vacant room over there? You look in the direction Moore is pointing to. It's the interrogation room. What the fuck? She's willing to sit in an interrogation chair because it's an empty room. This woman is crazy. Oh damn. Okay, I don't mind. I don't mind. She's sitting prim and proper like. Oh. I think she's one of the normal people, one of the normal sitting positions in the interrogation room. Moore steps into the room and casually sits in the chair. As soon as she adjusted her posture, she quickly begins to look sleepy. Girl, wake up! What the fuck? I feel kind of sleepy again. Wish I could catch up on some sleep. The fuck, girl? You just arrived here. Yeah. Get Moore a cup of coffee. A steaming cup of coffee is placed in front of Moore. Oh, for me? Thanks. Wow, it smells so good. It's unlike anything I've had before. I want to sip that. I want a sip of that coffee too, man. With a sip of coffee, her previously drowsy eyes gradually regained their sparkle. Feel more awake? Oh dear, I totally passed out. Not only did I almost miss the important meeting, but I also dozed off in the interrogation room. How embarrassing. Anyway, now that you're awake, let's begin our discussion. Alright, I almost forgot. Mora yanks the case onto the table. She opens the massive black case, revealing several monitors stacked together. Damn, girl, that's probably heavy. No wonder she was out of breath earlier. She lays out these screens one by one around herself like a wall. So she always brings all this computer and monitor with her. Damn. She's actually shrunk. All the information I could find about the dark web is in here. This is my workstation. She can bring her workstation anywhere. Moore looks up at you and smiles. A high-end configuration made up of 15 interlinked superchips and a portable server. It's highly reliable for data processing and as an information security base. I've never seen anyone else use something like this. Is this your special ability? Huh? No, I modified it myself. My sinner ability is even more complex than this, and frankly quite obscure. I don't get to use it often. As she speaks, the workstation finishes booting. Moore begins typing away commands on the keyboard. Moore doesn't explain further about her situation as a sinner. You're not sure if she's hiding something. So, how did you become a sinner? Hmm. You throw out the question tentatively. Moore's gaze drifts briefly, as if in thought, but her hands never stop. Oh, what's with this mysterious BGM? It adds to the sassiness of Moore, I think. Well, it's because of the dark web. The dark web? I recall CyberSec has installed anti-digitalized mania equipment since long ago. Not this year. I started investigating the dark web back in NF112. That early? Yeah, there were many reasons. For one, as a technician, the dark web is simply too interesting to pass on. It's a challenging opponent, yet it also encompasses a vast amount of information that ordinary people could never access in their lifetime. Whether it's crime, secrets, or the true nature of the world, it seems everything is hidden within. I kept on researching ever since then, and by the time I realized it, my body had already been affected. I was running a high fever and passed out for several days. When I woke up, I was already a sinner. So you were one of the earliest victims suffering from the dark web syndrome? Yes, the Ring Research Institute even reached out to me. I was involved in defining dark web syndrome. Hmm. She's starting to sound so saucy. It feels like that started her. I mean, the underground made her a mole in the Nirvana this way. Looks like CyberSec was right to send you. Yeah, I'm fairly confident in my professional field. You probably can't say the same for things outside your professional field. Obviously self aware, Moore gives a slightly embarrassed laugh. So, who takes care of you in your daily life? Are your family around? I always find it weird that someone as competent as Moore in cyber intelligence is only now raising suspicion. Exactly. Like she clearly is the best technician and she's just a random Nirvana employee. And she have risen through the ranks because of her skills, right? And no one questioned her. And it's only now that the ninth agency have gotten um suspicious of her. Family? Strictly speaking, no. My parents left after I finished elementary school. Why? Hmm. It's been so long. I can't remember clearly. Very sus again. Cannot remember clearly. Are you sure? Or you're just hiding something? Hmm. It's unclear whether she doesn't want to bring it up or truly can't recall. But judging from her expression, it doesn't seem like she's lying. Really. You watch her press the final key busily. She then looks up and smiles at you. All right, I've compiled all the existing dark web data. The attachment is too large to send via email. Should I just upload it to your bureau server? Moore's efficiency as a technician is indeed impressive. While answering your probing questions, she has already completed her work. Thank you. You nod, and Moore reaches out to press confirm. However, just before hitting the key, she stops. Hmm. On second thought, before transferring the data, There's one more thing I'd like to confirm with you. What is it? Mora's hands retreat from the keyboard to rest on her lap. As I mentioned earlier, the dark web can spread digitalized mania through the internet. In this era, the internet is already omnipresent and irreplaceable, which means the dark web lurks around everyone. Everyone caught in the network is subject to its surveillance. Any threat can be its target for attack. It's not like no one tried to dig into the dark web in the past. It's just that most of them ended up dead. Hmm? You're shocked. This is news to you. Your reaction is completely justified. After all, the dark web's moves are very sneaky. A device you use every day suddenly turns into a bomb that blows your head up. Something begins to sound off in the radio program you listen to all the time, driving you insane to the point of suicide. Is this Levin's event? There was even someone who locked himself in a room without internet, only to be found roasted alive to death the next day. The dark web had taken control of the house's ventilation, turning the room into a massive oven. That's a scary thought, man. Scary. As Moore describes this grotesque death, her smile remains unchanged. She's not bothered by those, huh? There's really something missing. And she feels like an apathetic person. Like I said in the event. Are you really ready to face it? Yes. Without hesitation, you give your answer. Cybersex control over the dark web is only temporary. I've never thought this is enough. What I want is to uproot this two more. We can't let it continue to... Hmm? Ah! The fuck happened again, Moore? Is that your fault? Holy fuck. A few seconds later, the light comes back on, but this time, there the warning red lights indicating an attack on the bureau. Warning, unusual overload, core pressure rising. Digitalized mania attack detected. Cut off all digital communication methods. Staff in areas A2 to B16, please, immediately. Chief, you need to get away from the Hey, Nightingale? Nightingale? You jump to your feet, but the communication device is now filled with static noise. The red light indicating danger keeps flashing. With no time to explain, you grab Moore, trying to escape from the interrogation room with her quickly. But the next moment, a strange wall of light encircles both of you. Moore's hand holds you back gently, yet firmly. Don't be afraid. As she raises her hands, the screen surrounding her unfolds rapidly like wings. Under the overlapping blue and red glow, Moore stands within a web woven with light as if she can control everything with a mere gesture. What the is that her? Is she using technology as her sinner power? The dark web, I totally believe that. It's definitely her fault, isn't it? Leave it to me. You watch more before you, unable to comprehend her action. As her fingers move like those of a musician, lines of code flash rapidly across the screens, refreshing at a speed that human eyes cannot follow. Hi, good afternoon, Caramel. Welcome, welcome. Spoiler? Yeah, I guess so. More interrogation spoiler. A spectacular data battles in unfolding. Wait, I think I read that wrong. A spectacular data battle is unfolding vigorously on the unseen battlefield, yet Moore's face remains adorned with an unchanging smile. That's what's bothering me, every single time. More is just smiling, like she's hiding something in that um with that smile of hers. But we already know, right? We already know. I just reached her. Welcome back home, Caramel. Time to just chill. No exposed boobs, not yet. Congrats, man, for your another copy of Ein. In just a few dozen seconds, the workstation screen stopped refreshing, freezing on several coordinates. Moore turns back, smiling at you. What's with this music again? It make her look so suspicious, bro. Oh, you got killer wife. Congrats. She's very good. So you should raise her, especially with Red Hood. 14 hackers were involved in the attack. I've already pinpointed their exact coordinates and taken control of their devices. They're just a ragtag group. The culprit isn't among them. So, what do you think? Should we capture them or just kill them? Girl! You know the chief doesn't like killing people, right? Did you finish Zero? Yeah, I just finished Zero. It's amazing. I like it. I like Zero's interrogation. I think that's my new favorite interrogation. Wait, let's read that again. They're just a ragtag group. The culprit isn't among them. So, what do you think? Should we capture them or just kill them? Moore's words give you a jolt. You answer quickly. Send the coordinates to the operatives and let them handle them. Okay. After tapping a few keys, Moore shuts down the workstation. Like that time when Moore didn't hesitate to kill Zero. Exactly. It seems like for her, it's normal if you want someone to be eliminated with just a snap of her fingers, she can do it with no remorse whatsoever. The light screen and the torrent of data have vanished, as if that intense data battle never occurred. I like the plot twist in this anniversary. Same here. I'm really amazed by the writer of the event and even Zero's interrogation. They have big brains, man. Very, very big brains. My favorite interaction is Rise and Bagel. Same here. That was a very funny interaction. I never. I think they could. We can even ship the both of them. I think. I accept that ship if ever they decide to roll with it. Rise and Duck, exactly. Oh, by the way, the data battle exposed 163 security vulnerabilities in the MBCC. I've patched them all up for you and given the firewall the latest update. Wow. Very efficient. But are you sure we could trust I Well, I guess in this point of time we still trust more, right? She's currently meddling with MBCC's computers, man. What you don't we don't know what she's um inserting in those codes. She does things like that on a regular basis, and everyone was fine with that until now. I know, right? Now it's like we're scared of her. And someone who is as skilled was already raising suspicion and got recruited into the Ring Institute at 14. Really? Oh. I haven't. Is that in her Summer's interrogation? No, no, no. I haven't yet. I have no idea. Oh. Maybe I should read it also. You know what? Maybe if there is a dead week for Pets to Nowhere, I should just read interrogations. I really, really enjoy reading Past to Nowhere interrogations. I actually do that. I read interrogations while I'm stuck on traffic. Then I'll be off to prepare for tackling the dark web. See you, Chief. Moore waves at you and is led off this floor by the staff to her room. Oh, it's the ninth agency person. After Moore leaves, the agency officer nearly tips his hat to you, leaving a meaningful smile before disappearing around the staircase. You should read Summer into. Okay, okay. I will. I will. I will read her. If we don't have anything to do, um, in my other gacha games, I think we can read. So you suggest Summer, right? Okay. We'll read that. Also, Stargazer event. I started it, but I haven't finished reading it yet. You know what? It's better if I just stream it because I get to finish reading everything if I stream it. You're done with it? You know, I skip that, right? Because I always get interrupted when I'm reading, and I'm like, "Oh, you have to do this. It is a dailies in my gacha game." And then later on, "Oh, I have to get down from the car, so I haven't read it, man." Okay, I should keep up my lore readings in Path to Nowhere. Soon after, Nightingale comes to you and begins to report on the recent event. Our data defense system was attacked by multiple unknown data streams. They tampered with the Bureau's central permissions and issued illegal overload commands to the energy core. The rest was as you saw. Sinner Moore took over the defense and resolved the attack in 1 minute and 15 seconds. That's fast. Thanks to her prompt response, the Bureau didn't suffer any actual damage. 10 minutes ago, operatives were deployed to the coordinates she provided. So far, 5 hackers involved in the attack have been captured. Scarlet is slowly getting dethroned. My Ain is stronger than my Scarlet now. Cinderella with just 0 gear at 6-4. Yeah. Even Cinderella, my Cinderella is stronger than my Scarlet now. Oh, you're waiting patiently for Grave Mitsu. I can't wait to get her. I hope I can 3-star her, but I doubt it. I don't have crystals anymore. Listening to Nightingale's report, you rub between your eyebrows in mild frustration. Chief is getting a headache again. Yes, thick thighs. Aine is situational, but still she could erase everything on the screen. That's why she's very helpful. Yeah, she is. Especially if there's a lot of mob and you need to clear it ASAP. She's very good. Better than Scarlet, I think. Grave big teeth. I agree. Does our tech department really fall that much behind more? Yes. She's demonstrated overwhelming technical prowess. In the realm of digital security, few in this city can match her, if any. Which means Moore is indeed suited for this important job. Before you finish, you recall the Ninth Agency's suspicion and how Moore seemed to be holding back something during your conversation. You pause. Let's keep our eyes peeled and find out whose side she's really on with this operation. That way we'll have something for the Ninth Agency. Damn. At least we can tell Nightingale, oh, we cannot fully trust this sinner. She might be capable, but she's so sus. Moore's arrival marks an uncertain beginning. The comprehensive investigation into the dark web has finally launched. However, the ninth agency's interest in Moore remains a matter to be cautious about. Definitely cautious about. You just started Moore's, yeah. That's just the first part. And then on to the second part we go. How sussy is she in this interrogation, I wonder? What is this? Operation presentation document. A presentation document for a dark web investigation. It's been a week since Moore was dispatched to the Bureau to help you investigate the dark web. You two unearth a lot of new intel and formulate an action plan. Today, the MBCC will hold a conference. With the support of the Ninth Agency and Paradisos, you convene various city departments to deliver your briefing. The purpose is to share intelligence about the dark web and to call out a joint action under the MBCC's guidance. That actually sounds boring. We're gonna have a meeting, but I guess we need to watch out for Moore's actions in here. Because it seems like there's going to be a lot of representatives from different factions in here. Don't tell me she's gonna be late again. Wait, let me drink some water. Okay. 9:58 p.m. I think this is AM. 9:58 a.m. MBCC Operation Conference Room. You walk into the largest conference room in the MBCC and find a staff from all allied departments already seated in there in a crowd. In the front row, you notice a familiar figure talking with the bureau's staff. Noticing your arrival, she waves at you. Good morning, Chief. Having spent a week together, Moore is getting familiar with the people at the bureau. Everyone finds this slightly clumsy yet amiable technician quite likable. Yeah, I actually like her too. Yeah, very likable indeed, although very sassy, but still likable. Having been fed and taken care of by everyone for the past few days, Moore is looking much more refreshed now than before. You didn't oversleep today. I know what you're thinking. Don't worry, I got 3 full hours of sleep last night. I even had 4 cups of coffee this morning. I'm full of energy now and ready to go anytime. Um, I'm not sure if it's okay for her to drink 4 coffees in the morning, but oh well. You glance at your device. It's exactly 10 a.m. now. The large conference room is already filled with people. Right then, Nightingale also comes over to inform you that all the department heads are already there. Then, let's begin. You step onto the stage as Moore follows closely behind, dragging her case. The large screen behind you turns on, displaying the subject of the meeting. Damn, it's a PowerPoint presentation. I can't believe we're doing a PowerPoint presentation in an interrogation. Okay, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the MBCC for this special meeting on the investigation of the dark web. The purpose of this meeting is to mobilize and instruct all departments to participate in a series of upcoming operations targeting the dark web. But first, we need to have a clear understanding of the threat posed by the dark web. To this end, the MBCC has invited Moore, the technical expert from Nirvana Cybersecurity Center, to give you a presentation. Clap, 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 clap. Sparse applause rises from the audience. You step aside, and Moore takes the cue to come forward. Hello, everyone. This is Moore First, we need to understand the definition of the dark web. Moore presses a button, and the slide on the screen behind her changes accordingly. It's really a PowerPoint presentation. Oh my god. This is how I do PowerPoints. The dark web we know, broadly speaking, is a series of websites using a special server framework. This can effectively block tracking and prevent official departments from directly accessing its user data. Information leakage, human trafficking, illegal transactions, contract killing, the dark web has provided a strong cover for these crimes since NF112. The West District and East Side PSBs has been unable to trace it or even define it. It was only until the first half of this year, as the dark web became increasingly bold with its actions and with efforts of departments like MBCC, that we finally identified the mechanisms, or rather, the purpose sustaining such a colossal entity in the dark web. More pauses slightly. Really, it's just the dark web. But isn't the dark web just a tool? Mania digitalization, a special technology that directly samples mania and maps the jumbled data into information that can be understood by humans. Nowadays, the dark web's data stream is a sea of dangerous information. Prolonged exposure can alter cognition, leading to mental fatigue and paranoia. In extreme cases, individuals may even suffer a mental breakdown and contract mania. Moore looks at you, and you take over seamlessly. The Grey Mirror vote and Elysialand incidents have already wreaked significant damage in the first half year, and even so, the dark web hasn't yet reached its limit. I've already conducted some investigation on the dark web with CyberSec, and we've discovered that its scale and influence are far greater than we had previously estimated. Given the non-profit nature of the dark web, the mastermind behind must have an ulterior motive for sustaining such a costly framework. I'm looking at you more. The mastermind behind, definitely more. We must act first and annihilate the dark web before it gets the chance to succeed in its scheme. This is exactly why everyone is gathered here today. Hold on. I have a question. In the audience, someone raises a hand and interrupts your speech. I think everyone here is already aware of the facts you just presented. We're not blind. We've all seen what's happened in Eastside over the past months. We're hearing that from the sidelines. And then she's just smiling. And there, we just said the culprit behind this, and then Moore is just smiling. Like she's oblivious. Is it okay if we enter one battle for me? Sadly, there's no battle in interrogation right now. I mean, if you do interrogation, there's no battle. Can I just direct you to last core? Yeah, I think I'll just direct you to last core so you can see battle. Because last core is a better player than me, so I'm a Pepega past the nowhere player. So just watch his video instead. This one. You want to see me play? No. I'm not doing BFL right now. My goal today is the interrogations. Where were we? But now the MBCC, CyberSec, and even the Ring Research Institute have intervened. And in reality, the dark web hasn't made a new move over the past 3 months. I don't think it's tenable to claim that the dark web is planning something big based on mere speculation. There you go again, doubting the chief. You know, you need in scenarios like this, you need to be prepared. That's why you guys always keep What's this? Always get surprised when shit happens. Moreover, civilian casualties and economic losses were perfectly manageable even in the previous incidents. Now that the dark web have been contained, what reason do we have to mobilize so many departments for an investigation on a few internet criminals of little significance? The annoying bureaucracy again. Standing on the stage, you furrow your brow as you listen. This is indeed a view popular among all the departments at present, which raises a thorny question. Without solid evidence to prove the dark web's next moves, it's hard to refute this argument. As you're forming a response, you notice Moore next to you inputting a command into the computer, whereupon the questioner's personal info appears on the screen of the workstation immediately. The girl is the Moore is working fast. Simpson for Deputy Chief of the East Side Public Security Bureau, correct? Your brother, former FAC Technical Supervisor Ed Ford, was involved in a laptop explosion incident. Did you know it was a revenge attack orchestrated by the dark web? Hmm? The deputy chief stands up urgently. However, Moore is unaffected by his reaction and continues. She's provoking him to take actions. Why though? Hmm. Hmm? So you didn't know? I see. The investigation into the incidental deaths of public servants was only recently completed. That's why you haven't heard yet. The official notice and compensation will be issued this week. Congratulations, your brother didn't die in an accident but in the line of duty. That's harsh, girl. You're gonna piss off people. You! The audience erupts in an uproar, drowning out Deputy Chief Simpson's furious shouts. Staff from all departments begin discussing as the terrifying truths become gradually clear to all. Now they're acting because they're afraid. I guess the only way people will move or these government officials will move if they get scared. You peer down from the stage. When the discussion quiets down, even the deputy chief who was the first to lose his temper has gone back to his seat with a broody expression. You know you've achieved your purpose. Now, we'll discuss the details of the operation against the dark web. Oh, back to the PowerPoint. You look around and no one raises any objections. Moore presses the button in time to go to the last slide. I've divided the action plan into 3 parts. Part 1, curb the spread of digitalized mania. This has already seen success under the collaboration of departments like the MBCC and CyberSec. The firewall construction by Moore provides solid defense against attacks from the dark web and can trace peripheral threats. Well, it's been written by Moore, who is sauce, so we cannot really trust that program. With these tracing functions, we can proceed to part 2 of our plan. All departments will endeavor to search for potential entities behind the dark web and capture everyone involved. Whether it's criminal individuals or organizations using the dark web, with thorough investigation, we can effectively undermine its very foundations. Step 3. During the Grey Mirror vote incident in April, we obtained a crucial lead. The dark web has a physical main server. This has been confirmed by the tracking report provided by Moore. Therefore, the MBCC will set up a special task force. Despite the technical difficulties in the defense against the dark web and the elusive nature of the culprit behind it, as long as we can find the server and destroy it, it'll no longer be a threat to us. Therefore, all department heads present, the MBCC requires your assistance. We hope everyone can actively cooperate with us so we can tackle the dark web together and eradicate this blight once and for all. Well, I hope that sounds convincing now. Telling all that in front of the culprit will totally won't go wrong. Yeah, well, I think it's going according to her plan. It's going according to her plan. Oh, we're just playing right in her hands, huh? Your voice is resonant and powerful, echoing in the silent conference room. Before long, you hear soft chatter in the venue. Even though there are still a few opposing voices, they can no longer overturn the majority. And just like that, the action plan against the dark web is confirmed. 12:19 outside the conference room. And now it's light-hearted music again. What's up? After the meeting, you and Moore leave the stage. Phew, it's finally done. I'm exhausted. I feel like I can barely keep my eyes open. Chief, I'll head back to catch up on some sleep. See you tomorrow. Okay. You say goodbye to Moore and watch her turn around in wobbly steps. You take out your communication device from your pocket to check if you've missed any important messages during the meeting. Strangely, the screen remains blank. You keep tapping, yet there's no response. Weird. Is something wrong with it? I made sure to charge it yesterday. Before you even finish the sentence, Moore jolts and flings herself around. What? Watch out! Oh, wait. I lost character. Watch out! Drop it now! A blood red dot expands rapidly on the screen, turning into a black and red data stream instantly, and bursts out of the screen, aiming straight at her face. Holy fuck. Move! What happened? Did our phone explode to our faces? Or we got caught in a mania explosion? As if by instinct, Moore lunges toward you. At the same time, the data stream overflowing from the device screens gets blocked by several suddenly emerged walls formed by digits. The black and red data stream crashes into the firewall, making a piercing noise. It is then harshly compressed by the digital walls. Within a few seconds, the strange data stream, along with your device, is crushed into pieces. All noises has quieted down, but Moore seems slow to react. Though it all appears to be over now, she still holds onto you tightly, hands gripping firmly and eyes shut. She seems terrified. Breathe. Breathe. Eh? Ah. Moore finally sees your face, turning pale from having the oxygen squeezed out of you, and quickly releases her grip. Wait, is that supposed to be like the chief gasping for air? like, like that? I thought the chief was telling Moore to breathe instead. I got confused there. She scoots back a bit awkwardly. Ah, I forgot to install a firewall on your device. All that was a little unnecessary. Sorry, I tend to get clumsy when I'm tired. Don't squeeze me so hard next time, nah. We want a next time. Thanks for saving me. Moore glances at the debris on the floor. Sorry, I couldn't save your device. Moore picks up the pieces of the device and hands them over regretfully. It's the dark web's doing. I hope your confidential files were not damaged. At least I'm safe. It's all thanks to your firewall. You look at the charred pieces and recall the incident just now. It was a close call. If it weren't for Moore's firewall, or had the attack targeted another investigator instead of you, would the person have already lost their life without knowing why? Just like those victims Moore mentioned earlier? Hmm? Moore, check on the other investigators who attended the meeting. See if they also got attacked. Oh no. Huh? Okay. Moore instantly boots up her workstation and hands you the answers in less than a minute. The others are fine. Maybe they're not that valuable to the dark web. This is so sauce. It's as if Moore is trying to make us trust her by trying to save us from the seemingly attack on the chief's life. Good. But we can't let our guard down yet. Send a notification to warn them. By the way, Moore, can your firewall be installed on all of their devices too? Sure, I'll send them the latest security system right away. Moore says as her fingers already begin typing away on the keyboard. Done! Upon receiving the desired answer, you let out a long sigh of relief. Moore looks up at you, then suddenly tilts her head, a little curiously. Aren't you scared? Scared? You just got attacked by the dark web. Shouldn't you feel scared? That's a weird question. Should we? Or is that your purpose so that we will back down from this plan against the dark web? Indeed, this is already the fifth attack by the dark web in a week. Each one is more threatening and unpreventable than the last. You should feel scared. Facing such relentless attacks from the dark web, a normal person should feel scared and fear they may not be so lucky next time. But the fact that I was attacked and the people who tried to investigate it got killed and proves that the dark web itself is not invincible. The more intense this reaction, the closer we are to the truth. The dark web's attention is all on me now, which gives us a perfect opportunity. Chief, you're really endangering your life again. Are you planning to use yourself as bait? Yes. Of course, I don't intend to sacrifice myself for this operation. That's why I need someone who can protect me. Someone with excellent technical competence. A partner I can trust wholeheartedly. Trust? Are you sure, Chief? I think if you're forgetting that she's being suspected by the ninth agency. No matter how you look at it, Moore is the best candidate. She has protected you multiple times from attacks and is crucial aid in investigating the dark web. You can even say that without Moore, the operation could never have gone this smoothly to this point. But can you really trust her? That's the question. And we already know the answer to that question. The intelligence from the ninth agency, Moore's secrecy over certain matters, and even her overwhelming technical prowess are all reasons to suspect her. Trust wholeheartedly. I hope Chief has a good backup plan. I hope so. You know, you shouldn't really trust random strangers, Chief. It's like you've only known her for a couple of days or weeks, perhaps. Even though she's already helped you out so many times, you still can't be sure if she's really trying to help or to get close to you and gain your trust. Thank God, Chief is using her brain. Test more. Speaking of which, Moore? Yes? There's something I've never quite understood. You said it yourself. Normal people should be scared of the dark web and fear they won't be so lucky next time. So, why do you insist on investigating it? Oh? Moore's gaze turns somewhat evasive for a moment. Sus. You stare at her intently, awaiting her answer. Yeah, this is indeed not normal. The dark web is such a terrifying thing with all these secret powers and conspiracies entangled in it. This mere cybersec programmer doesn't avoid it and even keeps digging deeper if she wants those people to find her. As usual, Moore smiles. Chief, do you want to know why? Then please follow me. Eh? Why are we in a nursing home? 1728. That's like 5:28 p.m. East Side Sunshine Nursing Home. Through the glass window of the ward, you see an elderly person with white hair muttering incessantly with a vacant look. Eh, what now? She's really trying to gain the chief's trust, but we already know what you are more. I wonder if this will work. A week of interaction has let you know about Moore, yet there are still some discrepancies that hold your trust in her. Moore leads you to a sanatorium in Eastside. You hope the truth here can resolve your doubts. I don't know about that, but we shall see. She's already suspicious. What's the point of trying to um well, I guess in this point in time, we still don't know. So Moore is just trying her best to gain out the chief's trust. The address pointing to a sanatorium in Eastside. Okay. At a sanatorium in Eastside, you met an elderly stranger. Wait, let me drink some water. This is bad for my throat. How do you sound old? Don't be mad. He's just looking out for you. The old woman clutches at the bed sheet, tearing at it hysterically while muttering something. What? Right, you saw it, didn't you? These are the flowers he bought back specifically. He bought them. The old woman swings her head back to glare at a hanger with a coat on it. She continues with a slightly menacing expression. You little punk! Say something! You'd really rather die than give in, huh? Can't you all just get along peacefully? Just get along while you... The old woman goes quiet suddenly, sitting on the bed with a blank expression. Tears well up in her bleary eyes, streaming down her wrinkled face. Who is she? Moore's hand rests on the observation window without turning around. She is the survivor of a minor dark web attack many years ago. The creaks of metal cart interrupt Moore's account. A nurse pushes a medicine cart to the door of the ward. Upon seeing Moore, she speeds up as if finding her savior. Moore, you're finally here! Miss Hemi hasn't been well this past few days. She won't take her medicine or listen to us. Please, we're counting on you. We don't know what else to do with her. Ah, I get it now. Moore takes the medicine, pushes open the door, and walks into the ward. Granny Henny, I've come to see you. Who are you? The old woman looks up hopefully, but shrinks back warily upon seeing who it is. You're not my child. Who are you? Really? Why does she look hurt? Is this her grandma, perhaps? Ah, no, no, no. I'm Moore, who lives downstairs, Granny Henny. Moore? Moore? Who? I don't know you. Where are my kids? They'll be back in a while. Why don't you take a why don't you take your medicine first? Oh, oh, right. They're working late. I I need to take my medicine. The old woman lowers her head and Moore immediately leans in to bring the medicine close to her mouth. Suddenly, the old woman looks up and shoves Moore's hand off. No! They wouldn't come here! Who are you? Why are you lying to me? Uh-oh. The old woman keeps swinging her arms. Moore's outstretched arm turns red from the blow, and the pills are spilled all over the floor. Where am I? I want to go home. I want to go home. Where are my kids? The old woman cries out. Moore simply embraces her gently, patting her back and soothing her softly. It's okay. Don't be afraid. I'm here. The violent outburst of emotion drains the old woman's energy. Soon, she stops struggling and calms down in Moore's embrace. Moore brings the medicine to the old woman's lips skillfully, guiding her to take it, then gently wipes the tears off her face. Is she your relative? Do we look like we're related? She smiles back at you, but her gaze never meets yours. For a long time, Moore just sits by the bed, quietly watching the old woman sleep. Her name is Henny. She was only a neighbor. You know, I've been on my own for so many years. I taught myself programming and kept honing my skills. I could support myself by doing odd jobs online since I was very young. The small apartment I purchased was nice and safe. I had everything I needed without stepping out of my home. But over time, I started having some small problems. Because I was too obsessed with the internet and data, I often forgot to eat and turned into a night owl. Not only did my vision deteriorate, but also frequently fainted from low blood sugar. Girl. You see, I got many of my bad habits during those days. Back then, I didn't look anything like the reliable professional I am today. She smiles and rolls up her sleeves to show you the band-aids all over her arms. They all have different patterns and were probably from by kind colleagues who couldn't stand her clumsy behaviors anymore. You don't look that reliable now either. You hold back the chest and continues listening to her. Chief! You're so funny. Yeah, well, that's true. Immorta isn't reliable while being 5 hours late. She's reliable when it comes to computers, but for living like a normal person, I don't think she's reliable. Then, one day, I took on a huge job. After pulling several all-nighters in a row to finish it, I was glad to finally be able to relax and have a good meal. But I forgot the takeout on the table had been delivered 2 days ago. Oh my fucking god, are you for real? I'll read that again. But but I forgot the takeout on the table had been delivered 2 days ago. I was too tired to notice the strange taste, and the next thing I knew, I ended up with a serious case of food poisoning. Girl, you did not even smell the foul odor or the horrible taste. What is wrong with you? That was probably the closest I've come to death. The whole world was spinning and I couldn't even walk straight. In the end, I had only one thought left. Should I crawl out and seek help or try to upload my last thoughts to the vast sea of data? You're funny. I think I'll go for the first one because she's such a girl failure. Rotten Food could have done the job of the ninth agency. You're right. And her repeated starvation could have done it also. You're funny. Oh, oh. Wait. Calm down, Shadri. Ahem. Oh, don't you worry. I'm still alive. See? Thankfully, the Bruce family next door came banging on my door and shouting to ask if I needed help. Apparently, they'd been worried about this girl next door who rarely went out. It just so happened they passed by my unit that day and heard the thumping and groaning inside. So they just barged in. Then I was sent to the hospital. Oh, you're very lucky. Good thing your neighbor cares. I think that was the night I became that kid they couldn't leave alone to die. Since then, they've taken me in. Mrs. Bruce sent samples of the programs I'd written to the university she worked at and got me admitted to the school to continue my studies. After I graduated, Mr. Bruce recommended me for a job at his company to help me integrate into society. Oh, she got adopted parents instead? That is so nice of them. What happened with you? Why did you join the underground? You could have had a one happy family. Or maybe this is not the entire truth of the story. I guess we'll just find out eventually. Mrs. Bruce used to take me to school, and after I graduated, Mr. Bruce would drive me between home and work. They were always worried I'd get lost, get hurt, or get abducted if they didn't watch over me. Not everything is disclosed. Yeah, this is basically her version of her past. So we cannot fully trust what she's saying. Granny Henny took care of my meals every day. She woke me up in the morning, cooked lunch for me, and invited me over for dinner in the evening. Her cooking is so good. It's a million times better than most expensive takeout I've ever ordered. Of course, home cooked meals are better. Always, always better than takeout. It's all thanks to Granny Henny. I'm now so healthy and no longer malnourished. It's rather uncharacteristic of her to talk so much. As she speaks, a gentle breeze stirs the curtains, letting sunlight fall on her long hair, which makes her expression even warmer and softer. Actually, the day I got food poisoning was my 18th birthday. I only realized it because they asked me during the consultation. I had forgotten about it for years. She doesn't have a good childhood, huh? Hi, White Rose. Welcome. We're currently doing more interrogation. That day, Granny Henny even baked me a small cake upon learning that. Ah, wait, I read that wrong. That day, Granny Henny even baked me a small cake upon learning that. Of course, it was more for my eyes at that time. It is indeed a beautiful memory. Memory. Looking at the skinny, lonely old woman and Moore's desolate expression, you suddenly have an ominous feeling. Where are the bruises now? Is that interrogation? Yes, it is. Yes, it's Moore's interrogation. Yeah? Where are they? Moore turns her head and looks out the window. I wish they could come back too. That would cheer Granny Henny up. Are you saying? After my graduation, Mr. Bruce recommended me to work at his company to help me integrate into society. Mr. Bruce worked in cybersec? Was he investigating the dark web at the time and got? The smile remains on her face, but it gradually loses its warmth. In NF110, Mr. Bruce died in a car accident. The next day, his wife jumped off the balcony of their apartment. What the fuck? That's messed up. That night, the Bruce family's computer malfunctioned and caused a fire. Everything was burned to ashes. It happened to have just received an important task. I happened to have just received an important task at that time. So I was working late. When I rushed back, Granny Henny was holding her son's portrait, watching the apartment burn, and her daughter-in-law get carried away. By that time, she couldn't recognize me anymore. For the first time, you glimpsed something else behind Moore's gentle gaze. Have you been taking care of her the 4 years following the incident? Hmm. Moore doesn't answer, just quietly watching the old woman laying in bed. After a long while, she speaks. I like commands, information, logic, and feedback. I like work requests and challenges. I explore boundaries and rules when I can, delving into all sorts of inevitabilities and possible ways to manipulate them. I like being a programmer. A small living space and a computer are all I need. Since I was little, after all these years, even now, I have always believed that it's it's just that I don't care about the world behind the door, but there's always someone who knocks on that door, lets the sunlight in, and guides me into that light. I don't care about myself either. I don't even remember my own birthday. But for a few years, there was a family that would celebrate it with me each year, never leaving me alone. They took me out of that dark little apartment, led me into the society, and helped me gain others' trust and care. Now, I've become a truly reliable person. But I can no longer go back to that home that was always within reach. She finally looks up at you. A part of me always died. A part of me already died on that rainy night in NF110. Moore turns her gaze back on you, smiling faintly. This is why I've been investigating the dark web. Is there anything else you want to know? No, you don't get to see her very often. I'll leave you two alone. Don't worry about it. I'm glad you came. Please stay with me a bit longer. She gives a small smile, still warm and pure as always, but as the sunset falls on her, it reveals a blood-like sorrow. Hmm? The old woman beside her suddenly groans and sits up from a possible nightmare. Seeing the two figures next to her, she lets out a shrill scream. Her withered body springs up from the bed, struggling and knocking over the IV bottle as she's about to fall off the bed. Before she can injure herself, Moore quickly steps in and holds her tightly, protecting her. The old woman stays like that as she continues struggling and screaming hysterically. Where, where are you? Where are my kids? Don't go there! Come back! Come back! They will be back, Granny Henny. They will. Let's wait for them here, okay? It's almost dinner time. I'll wait with you until they're back. Failing to understand her, the old woman simply continues crying and struggling. Give them back to me. Hearing the commotion, the nurses rush in with the bandages, sedative, IV drips in a helpless and regretful expression. Moore simply holds the old woman tightly with her back turned to you, so you can't see her face. But nothing can hide the trembling in her shoulders in the sunset. You hear an almost inaudible plea, a plea to you. I'd like to stay here a bit longer. Please let me spend some more time with her. That's just sad. If it's actually true. That's the problem. She's already under suspicion, but that's just too sad. Because we don't know, maybe she invaded the underground for the reason of revenge. Who knows? Maybe she is going to be a double agent or something. 2341 MBCC Chief's Office. Moore is staying at the nursing home temporarily. Wait, I'm losing my voice. Hold on. Hold your horses. The answers are coming. Yes. Hold it, hold it. But she's still under suspicion. And even though that really feels really sad, man. Moore is staying at the nursing home temporarily. In a way, this is a well-deserved short break for her after the recent period of high-intensity work. As for you, you're back to the MBCC. The earlier meeting has already yielded some results. Heaps of reports from various departments have piled up on your desk. You immediately notice the report from the Ninth Agency. Upon quick look, several pieces of key information catch your attention. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, is this it? We have identified the area where the dark web server might be located. The investigation is in progress. However, the entity behind the dark web has not left further traces. Considerable time is required to pinpoint the server's exact location. There is also a significant manpower shortage. Oh? Manpower shortage in the Ninth Agency? Are they perhaps getting killed one by one because they're getting in too deep investigating? Reading the report, you feel an urgent need to talk to the Ninth Agency, so you dial their number. It was negligence on my part. My apologies. I underestimated the difficulty of the actual search. I'll immediately assign more staff. Don't blame yourself, Chief. All the time you spent on Moore was worth it. It was perhaps the best solution for the dark web operation. You pause to digest your special agent friend's words. A moment passes before you ask, what does that mean? All the time you spent on Moore was worth it? Hmm. Are they eavesdropping? Or trying to I mean, is the chip like a distraction to more, perhaps? Hmm. You pause to digest your special agent's friend's word. A moment passes before you ask, because she is capable or because she is suspicious? He smiles non-committally. That's for you to decide. We've always kept an eye on those related to the city dark web and have even uncovered spies. Ms. Moore hasn't shown any suspicious behavior. She is either truly innocent or so good at hiding that even we cannot detect it. Oh, she's good. You see, the ninth agency must remain ever skeptical, but our suspicion doesn't always pan out. If possible, we would also like to set aside our differences and partner with a genuinely outstanding talent. So, Chief, this time we want to hear your judgment. After observing her for so long, have you come to a conclusion? I don't know. Oh, diverted her attention by spending time with her. I see, I see. More the big sister you can always count on with a clumsy side, caffeine addict, and a member of a secret society. That sentence is so suspicious. Reliable on certain things, yep, and very sus also. Hmm. Hmm. I can't conclude something even you can't determine, having only been involved for a matter of days. With so many possibilities, there isn't enough time to verify them one by one. But I think there's one thing I can and must do now. You pick up the communication device and dial the adjutant's office. Nightingale, help me contact someone. Right, it's him. Yes. Please do it as soon as possible. Ahoo! The call ends and the office is silent again. You ponder quietly in the dimly lit office for several minutes. Finally, a plan begins to take shape in your mind. Uh-oh. What is this? Oh, Chief. What are you going to do? Please be safe. 1432 MBCC Chief's office. Huh? T- Treatment? Moore looks up from her workstation, surprised by what you said. That's right. Ever since that visit to the nursing home, I have been concerned about the condition of Miss Henny, your neighbor. That's why I reached out to this medical team a few days ago. They've cured many mania patients in West District after the BR005 incident last year and have a lot of experience with mental disorders caused by mild mania. I've talked to them, and the doctor is quite optimistic about Ms. Henny's condition and has even put forward a specific treatment plan. More, what do you think? I've worked with his medical team many times. We can trust their skills. We don't need to worry about the treatment cost. Are you sure, Chief, we have the money? But I guess in order to catch a mole, we have to use some budget. I I'm not worried about those things. Behind Moore's smile, there is a hint of confusion. Not a day passes that I don't hope Granny Henny can be cured. That she can be normal again and remember me. But now that you're telling me that she might actually be cured, I suddenly feel a bit afraid. That's a weird reaction. Isn't that weird? But it's weird because normally, if you want someone to be cured, you'd be happy that they're getting cured, right? But this reaction, it's as if she's guilty of something. Like if in and for example, if grandma manages to be okay and regain her memory, or maybe she might remember something during that time and that certain day, and it might involve more. Is that why she's acting like this? It's either, is it out of guilt? I guess we'll find out. Afraid? Yes, afraid. Afraid that when Granny Henny regains her senses, she'll find that her kids and her closest family are already gone. Is this painful clarity really what she wants? Maybe know too much, but since she's crazy, nobody would believe her. Exactly. You can hide some details or important clues. Just brand someone as crazy and people won't believe them. If that's the case, then man, Moore is such a conniving bitch, hiding that in her friendly, honest face. You're her family too. She lives in a constant nightmare now. Perhaps taking a step forward could offer a chance of relief. Besides, you're her family too. We can support her to escape this nightmare. Moore looks at you, and after a moment of silence, she smiles. Hmm, you're right. Oh, I'm sorry. How could I have forgotten about this? Yeah, I'm Granny Henny's family too. I will always be on her side, just like how they helped me in the past. I'll help her and take care of her. Morse says, as if trying to convince herself. With your consent, I'll notify the medical team right now. If we request the transfer today, the surgery can be done tomorrow. The doctor says the post-operative treatment won't take long. If all goes well, Miss Henny will recall about you by tomorrow evening. The chief is even setting a time. Is this a bait? I think this is a bait. The time is so specific, as if Moore decides to act, then she will definitely act at a certain time. You say as you hand over a note with the new hospital's address. Maybe this hospital isn't true either. Hmm. You should go and be with her for the surgery tomorrow. Moritz takes it and responds with a warm smile. Thank you, Chief. That's very suspicious. This is the most suspicious interrogation I have ever read. Probably because we know what is Moore's allegiances lies. You have already learned why Moore's being fixated on the dark web with a compelling reason. Likewise, you continue to investigate the dark web to prevent such tragedies from recurring. However, before giving Moore your complete trust, there is still one more thing you need to do. Ooh. Sasuga, Chief. She's baiting more. Interesting. Interesting. Either she does something to Grandma and she get caught, or she does nothing and Grandma tells everything she knows. Or Grandma gets cured and then she accidentally dies in peace. Isn't that suspicious? Because they can just say, "Oh, it's because of old age," and the maybe it's a complication of her operation to the lines of that. Oh my God, I'm afraid for Grandma's safety. Oh boy. What is this? Secret investigation report. Confidential investigation report on Cinnamore. I wonder what's inside. Oh boy. So there are two scenarios. It's either more is taking this grandma as a hostage or something, or she really cares about grandma. I don't know. This lady is so fucking suspicious. She might do some atrocious stuff in the fourth phase, man. I am so scared. What is she gonna do? Oh boy. In the evening, at the cafe on the street corner, the woman puts down her coffee cup and starts scrolling on the device. With a casual swipe, she quickly skims through a bunch of data, occasionally keying in a few commands to allow her antennae to reach the target through several proxies and decoys. What in the actual fuck? What are you doing? She's acting suspicious with her phone. Oh. By the time she finishes half of her coffee, she's already breached the official firewall as if it was made of paper and taken over the entire building system. She switches between several surveillance cameras and finally finds what she wants to see. On the screen, the old woman sleeps quietly on the hospital bed, surrounded by medical equipment. These are the tools that can both sustain her life and end everything. Uh-oh, 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 oh, oh. Don't you fucking dare! Don't you fucking dare pull the plug on Grandma. The command to end it all has already been written. All it takes is a single tap on the phone screen. All troubles will be resolved, all truths buried. Oh God. Go it. Oh God, do it. No. Oh. Her finger hovers in midair. This momentary pause isn't enough to determine if she has any hesitation. The next second, the button is pressed and the command sent. What the fuck? Basically, she doesn't care about Grandma. She just wants to keep her secret hidden. Damn. It's over. She puts down the phone and gazes up aimlessly at the passerby on the street. Oh God. And she's just having a casual coffee. Nonchalantly. And she already taken a life. What in the actual fuck? I love my evil wife who's in Path to Nowhere. Oh my. Casually tried to kill an elderly person exactly while sipping her coffee and watching people come walk by. God damn it, more. The afternoon sunlight gradually turns into the evening sunset, the same blood red hue spilling over her. The pedestrian on the street slowly dwindle until they've all silently disappeared. Even the cafe servers are nowhere to be seen. The woman sits still and has folded up her device unusually, simply watching the street quietly. If evil, why hot? Exactly. When the cold coffee in her cup is finally gone, someone comes over to her. Oh boy, mind if I sit here? I'll buy you a coffee. Hmm, thank you. Why are you here? How are things at the hospital? Is Granny Henny alright? The audacity of this bitch! Asking if she's alright. Are you confirming if she's dead? Huh? Huh? At this point in Pasinor, it's more suspicious when a woman is hot and she isn't evil. That's right. Because most of the sinners are hot and evil. But some of them are wholesome also. Damn. Girl. The fuck? She's the same as before. Don't worry. After all, she's an important witness. I let no harm I let no one harm her. Before the suspect made the move, I had already gathered quite a bit of interesting information. You say as you put a stack of paper documents on the table, pushing them to her. Oh boy. Moore doesn't pick them up but keeps smiling at you, like a teacher patiently waiting for an answer from her student. Mr. Bruce was involved in the investigation of the This City dark web from NF-106 to NF-109. He was very committed and I led a task force with plenty of achievements. Wait, I read that. He was very committed and led the task force with plenty of achievements, but 3 of his colleagues ended up with death threats from the dark web. Bruce, however, remained unharmed as their technical backbone. This continued until NF-109 when Granny Henny was diagnosed with a chronic mental illness, pushing the couple to step down from their key positions and prioritize their family. A year passed from then, and by NF-1110, he had stopped participating in investigative operations and posed no threat to the dark web. Attacks on investigators had also long ceased. But around this time, Mr. Bruce died in an attack. In your terms, he was murdered by the forces behind the dark web because he'd crossed a line. This prompted me to look into which exact line he crossed. Oh! And? Did you find out? There's no solid evidence. The This City dark web's methods are very sophisticated. Any recordable information or evidence has likely been taken care of. I was only able to gather some obscure accounts. Enjoy your dailies, Maury. In NF-110, before being killed, Bruce desperately sought out some friends, saying he couldn't reach his kid and was worried she'd run into danger at work. Some even said he couldn't wait for the authorities and had to look for her himself. Is the her really Moore, or is that the real daughter that she's impersonating? And he never returned since. Logically, I suspect he discovered something during the process that led to his murder. And what else? Moore smiles at you, waiting for you to continue. And about you. You approached this family only to get close to Cybersec. Taking care of Granny Henny was merely an act of charity you put on. Oh god, she's ruthless! Both assassination and rescue are means you use to conceal the dark web's secrets. You've been working for the dark web from the start, haven't you? She says nothing, quietly tracing the rim of her coffee cup with her fingertip. After a moment, she replies with a question. All this intel is no easy to find. You must suspect me more than anyone else does. I can only imagine how determined you were to find the proof of my betrayal. Why? Because of those little spiders' advice? Or because that young journalist told you only the strong ones can commit such evil? Or because Elysia Land was resolved too easily, making you suspect I'm hiding something? Was all my effort to hide the truth futile? No. I wanted to believe you. I really did. I wished you were innocent, that there was an explanation for everything suspicious about you, that I could gain a strong and reliable partner. How I wish it was all just a mistake and false suspicion, that the Bruce couple's death was a mere misfortune and your involvement in the operations was indeed to serve justice, that your care for Granny Henny this past few years was genuine, that you accepted my proposal to help Granny Henny wake from her nightmare, that you could heal her wounds from her broken family, become her new family, and help her regain happiness in her remaining years. I really did hope this guess was true. You watch her laugh until her whole body is trembling with it. You watch her wipe away the tears from laughter. Be bolder, Chief. Don't just try to pick one correct answer. Why can't both be true? Mort turns to face you, her gaze shifting from the street to you. The fading sunset still beams down on her worn features, yet you suddenly find her face incredibly unfamiliar. I never cared about anyone, not even myself. But the Bruce but the Bruces were different. I was truly grateful to them. On my 18th birthday, I had just completed the hardest and most important job my client had given me. According to the rules then, those three who barged into my home at that time shouldn't have lived. Oh god, is the client? Oh! Is the client she's talking about the underground? But I let them go. I thought maybe they were too eager to help me and didn't see what was hidden in that apartment. Perhaps I really wanted to taste that birthday cake. But what about 4 years later? You still did it. You turned your back on those who loved you. You betrayed them and stabbed them with your knife. This girl is you. The audacity. She even uses that. She even tries to falsely cry. What in the those fucking crocodile tears, man. Yes, if only they hadn't crossed the line, hadn't discovered my real job. What a shame. And if 1110, 4 years ago, the council election year, of course, the city dark web had a job to do during this important event. I got assigned many tasks to support my work partners. I was working late for several days in a row, too busy to go home. To save the Bruces from having to worry about me, I made up excuses and fake tasks at CyberSec, covered my traces, and I kept the server somewhere outside so I could concentrate on my work. But still, my teachers, mentors, and parents, the Bruces, were too good to be fooled by me. They found me. I was too tired from working, so I let my guard down. I slipped up and let them see things they shouldn't have seen. Even though you anticipated this answer, a chill still goes down your spine. Come to think of it, It's truly a shame. If I hadn't overworked myself to the point of losing track of time, if I hadn't come home on time, they wouldn't have been so worried or thought I got into trouble with some dark web hitman. If they had been less smart and tech savvy, if they hadn't tracked me down so fast and cracked my device, they wouldn't have seen what they shouldn't have seen. If they could have cared less about a strange girl and stopped coming after me and trying to get to the bottom of it, I wouldn't have to do it. How I wish. More stops with her hypothetical scenarios. She looks back at you. You can't tell if there's more regret or irony in her smile. I don't even know if she really means that. It feels like she's just mocking them. It really starting to suit the chief more and more. Yeah, as more sinners become more twisted every single time. Yeah, that line fits. Sadly, every if or else condition led to the worst option out of the two. I was accountable to my clients after all, and I had no choice but to do it. The only consolation was that Granny Henny went mad. She probably didn't want to face the reality and to face me, the person who killed her entire family. She's even smiling while she's saying this. What in the actual fuck? She's messed up. She's far too gone. Another example of another example of we cannot save her, but she's hot. The Bruce family was to Moore what the White Stone is to Bayi, but unlike her, she killed them before getting fully integrated overground, man. Another cab, yeah, but much more. Well, I guess yeah, I think they're on the same level. Yep, it they don't care about other people's lives at all. It's good that she lost her mind. I'll stay to take care of her. And I get to keep my only family. If she really defied the odds and gained back her senses, I would have to go through the trouble of doing it a third time. Good fucking lord! If only you hadn't shown up and ruined everything, Chief. Enough about this family. Now, answer my question. You're the mastermind behind the dark web. Her smile deepens. She dips her head slightly, the reflection of her glasses obscuring her eyes. She speaks as if the program has finally received the correct command. Yes, and its creator too. This city dark web is an engineering feat I'm quite satisfied with. It's a gift from an independent life, and I've completed many projects with it. You killed everyone who discovered the truth. Yeah, she's just too good to be just a random person not knowing, like discovering about the dark web. She's too good to it. She's the creator. That's the reason. That's the reason. She's too good with everything, man. Congrats, man, for your 335. Very pog. She's not just a random programmer. Nah. You killed everyone who discovered the truth. Yes, and I'm willing to be accountable to my client. What have you done using the dark web? I've signed an NDA, but don't worry. You'll find out soon enough. Who is your client? The underground? It's confidential, but rest assured she'll come to see you sooner or later. Oh! Our sister is going to come see the chief or us. Oh, wow. Oh, this is getting interesting. Oh. Who exactly are you, Lot? She looks at you, blinks once, and suddenly smiles. What a cute question. Oh, sorry, my bad. You asked the right question. You deserve a reward. The cafe's lights explode suddenly. You stand up quickly to pull away from her while countless laser beams come from afar, aiming at more. Oh, oh boy. Oh my good lord. Disturbing. Oh no. If evil, why hot? Oh my fucking god. You hear her laughter in the dark and watch as she slowly unbuttons her collar. Oh wow, revealing a red birthmark-like pattern on her chest. Headbang. What a, oh yeah, wow, unbutton some more. We already noticed this on her P3 art, right? And especially at the ending of the event. This is very, very noticeable. Now the delicate head has turned sex. Exactly. They were too distracted with her assets. Yeah, every cheap's mind is in the gutter while looking at her P3 art, I guess. Except it's not a birthmark. It's twisting and writhing like a living thing, resembling a grotesquely beautiful flower. It's moving! It's the same as Coco's. In that moment, you remember something. Doesn't it look familiar? You should have seen this flower before in my data. Oh, damn. Oh, and we're back to chapter 13. Oh! The old lady! The flower seems capable of devouring your consciousness. The more you gaze at it, the deeper you feel trapped by it. Your vision starts writhing as if a non-existent force is gradually gathering, converging on the human who bears the flower. Oh boy. Moore smiles slightly, and beside her, the light screen that has protected you many times rises, now covered in sharp, glowing spikes. This time, though, it has turned into a menacing weapon. What in the actual fuck? Her shields have become torture devices, man. I could make up 1,000 reasons to let Bruce live, but because he discovered this, it couldn't be helped. I can't break my contract with the one who planted this flower. Now, you've seen everything you should and shouldn't have seen. Got any final questions? No. Oh boy, around the street corner, figures in trench coats and hats begin emerging. Soon, the crowd surrounds the cafe. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. The Night Agency, the MBCC, the FAC, special agents, soldiers, sinners. There hasn't been a battle of this scale in a long time. The confrontation escalates in no time. Oh my good lord, she's so hot, man. It's a serious matter. She unbuttoned her shirt. Everyone understands that the person facing you is no longer an ordinary sinner. It is an enemy with which no negotiation is possible. You said a part of you died in NF1110. 110, I mean. It sounded disgustingly genuine. Oh? Did that hurt her feelings? Because I was trying to fool you, silly. I'm glad you once believed in my humanity, even if you didn't buy into it completely. It still pleases me. After all, when I killed that kind couple, even I didn't believe I had a heart. Oh my god! Good lord! She even cannot believe that she has a fucking heart. Explosions break out one after another. Surging flames illuminate the city in the evening. You've known from the start this showdown was inevitable. Headbang! Oh, we're back to the office. And if we remember what happened in the finale of Zero event, we failed to capture her because she went back to our sister. God damn it! With all of those ninth agency, FAC, sinners, and MBCC agents, we still failed. What in the actual fuck? She's good. MBCC chief's office. The series of sensational dark web cases has come to an end. With the clues left at the scene, the Ninth Agency and the other departments soon discovered the location of the dark web's main server and successfully destroyed it. As for the culprit, Sinner Moore, she disappeared in the explosions during the battle, leaving behind no remains. But since the shackles between you two have vanished, she is considered dead. What? The shackles we have on her vanished? Or maybe it just got replaced or got undone by our sister. Yeah, that's the most logical thing that might have happened. Yeah. I won't believe that. But probably it's the sister. Yeah, sister removed then probably. Underground thingy. No, it's the sister because we have the same power, right? And I think um both of them can override each other's shackles. It's just that the chief probably does not know how to do it yet. But the sister knows how. Oh, sister has better shackles. I guess you're right because they think the chief is a failed experiment if I remember correctly. Moore's colleagues, the medical staff at the nursing home, and those who had interacted with her at the bureau have all shown varying degrees of grief and sadness. With the election approaching, East Side's political scene has never been more active. Multiple counselors have begun their campaigns on the streets. God, good fucking. This is mirroring the election in the U.S. right now. Oh my good lord! Did AISNO really made the timing exactly like this? Because they did actually make it feel real with the um the Zero event. They connected our world to Path to Nowhere. The next story is East Side election, bro. Then one of the candidates will probably be a sinner. If not a sinner, one candidate will probably be from the underground or the duck itself. We don't know. Yeah, underground. I think it's either a sinner or underground or maybe both. We'll see. This is going to be interesting. In a matter of days, both the media and the general public have lost interest in the dark web. This city has always been this way. No one would pay attention to something that no longer poses a threat or an interest. However detrimental it once was to the city, it is now nothing more than just a few cold lines of the text in the records. Oh boy. More has been exposed. Is that so? What a pity. No matter. Her mission is already finished. Under her cover, the three other plans have been progressing steadily. She insisted on staying above ground 4 years ago for some reason. Now that she has nowhere else to go, she can finally return without hesitation. What about the shackles? The defective one has imposed those shackles on her. Would they attract those people from the city? Don't fret. The shackles have already been severed by... Toot! That's the sister. Surely the power of that defective one is no match for more superior power. The overgrounders will only think that the dark web's master is dead. The best way to get rid of a chasing hound is to throw it some bones. Am I right? That's exactly that woman's favorite trick. See how she threw out that useless server to distract those investigators. Oh boy. On TV, some media have found Moore's parents and are trying to dig out more news. But what they get is nothing new to you. Moore's parents are still alive, but they have been long since formed new families and even forgotten they had a daughter. They haven't seen her once in nearly 20 years. What? Her family is alive? Why did she lie? What? Her family is alive? I thought she told us she killed them. Wait. Is this her real family? Wait. I'm confused. Is this her real family or the Bruce? I think the Bruce is the one she killed. Releasing main story once every year is... AISNO, I think the Bruces are dead, but her real family is alive, but they can't remember they had a daughter? Oh my god. Yeah, I think they should release at least one story chapter every 3 months. This is not once a year. They're killing us here. AISNO, could you please write more? I release more story chapters. We beg you. This is killing us. We want more lore. Facing the pressing questions, they both give the same cold and pointless answer. I have no idea why she turned out this way. She has nothing to do with me. I don't do interviews. Unless we can get a share of the insurance money. God damn it. Her family is trash. No wonder she ended up that way, man. And they're not even voice. Chidori is here to voice them, but you have to bear with my voice. There's a lot of trashy parents here in Fast and Nowhere, huh? As long as they are satisfied. Isn't that what Moore wants? The dark web. No. Pestilence's mission is fulfilled. Digitalized mania is fully mature and physical hardware is no longer needed. Every individual in this city who has touched the dark web will become a server for the new mania network. Oh no! Oh no! The servers are the people! Oh my good lord! Oh god! Let those people in this city celebrate and hold on to that useless wreckage for now. Our network has already surpassed disasters and reached the entire world. The path has already been paved. The wheels will move forward and nothing will stop them now. Next. Oh god, that's a lot of people and it's all over the world. We're fucked, man. Chief, you look a bit uneasy. Don't you want to join the celebration for this rare victory? We finally tracked down the source of the dark web and eliminated the uncertainty that's been plaguing us. The shackles of the mastermind have been broken too. You should let go of whatever premonitions you have and just relax for a moment. This is all just a diversion, you fool! Or else, how can we face the upcoming war? War? In the middle of a fucking election? Oh god! I'm so afraid. No war, please. Please. You're right. It's just that You suddenly remember there's still a place you must visit. What the fuck? Man, how could AISNO throw a lore in their interrogation? Some people who doesn't like reading lore will probably just keep reading interrogation. This is lore heavy stuff, ma'am. It's finally over. Is this more? Like me like me, yeah, I should read more interrogation. I think this is Moore's point of view. It's finally over. I can take some time off. So where should I go next? The thoughts are suddenly interrupted by the image of that home. The fire, the burned car, the white sheet, and... Who are you? It was you who took them away, wasn't it? No! No! No, Grandma! She's gonna kill Grandma! Oh no! Where are they? Bring them back! Give them back, my kids! Oh god. Oh god. Oh. You said a part of you died in NF110. It sounded disgustingly genuine. Of course. I was only fooling you, silly. Longing, guilt, or a belated sense of humanity. These things don't exist in me. It was only a line of code containing in an error that didn't bother to correct for years. Which finally died just now. Thanks for helping me spot this little anomaly. Well then, the next time we meet, don't expect the same leniency, Chief. Oh, my good lord! Ah! No! The bad news! This is the bad news! Oh. No. Calm down, Cheatery. You're always expecting something bad is happening. She's gone full evil. I'm afraid, man. But she's still hot. Oh, yeah. Still hot. Back at the hospital, you see Granny Henny lying quietly on the hospital bed. You have not reached an agreement on whether to proceed with the surgery, and no one can make this decision for her. And that murder command you intercepted back then was somewhat different from what you'd imagined. It didn't contain any digitalized mania either. It couldn't even be called a command, for it was just a simple, plain message. What? You're messing with my emotions now. Have a sweet dream, Granny Henny. What the fuck? Does she still have a heart or no? But it feels like there's a tiny bit of conscience in her. A tiny bit though. And they ended it just like that. Oh god. The dust has settled. If the right family had appeared earlier, would the ending have been different? I think so. That was amazing. That's the last good message. That's the last good oh, I see. That's probably like a goodbye to her last piece of humanity, perhaps. God damn it. That was fucking dark. Good lord. It was so good though. It's full of lores, and Moore is such an amazing character. Another sassy one in the books here in Past to Nowhere. Really hot and sassy and evil, and I don't think we can save her like Cabernet. And she just set up the stage for the next chapter. It's completely opposite from the vibes of Zero's interrogation. Zero's interrogation, on the other hand, um, is quite lighthearted, and it's solely focused on her. Um, it's also roller coaster of emotion, but on of a positive emotions. This one is just like, oh no, oh fuck, she's evil. Oh no, she's killing grandma like that. Anyway, amazing interrogations. Damn. um, I should read more interrogations, right, guys? The Underground, Paradiso, Zoya, new group suspect are the East Side election. So many actors in place. I'm so hyped for the next story. Same here. Same here. I'm so fucking excited, man. I think new chapter is going to be another roller coaster of emotions. I can't wait to read it. Can AISNO please release at least 3 every 3 months? This is so painful to it's so painful to wait. Because sometimes, for example, it takes a long time. I already forgotten some details. You're so late with interrogations. You're not alone. I am so behind of interrogations also. We love morally gray women in Path to Nowhere. Amazing. Bravo. Amazing interrogations, man. Who would have thought that that kind of face is evil? Huh? Totally unexpected. And then I like Zero's character also. She makes me want to protect her at all costs. You should read Zero's interrogation, Caramel. Amazing. Bravo, bravo, bravo. I love it. Cabernet you understand, but more is just evil, man. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this jargon? Did Zero send this? Oh, you don't put Elysium Island anymore. Oh, it's after this. After this track, Caramel. What is this? Does it mean something though? I don't know what it means. Ah, that's Zero's message after her interrogation. I see. I see. I wonder what does it mean? Is it a code perhaps? Maybe I shouldn't I won't process it just yet. And it's glitch because it's from Zero. I won't process it yet. It says I will always be with you together, man. Oh my heart.